Yo, what is up guys, Delboy here. So today we had a fight announcement. Callum Smith will be defending his WBA super middleweight title against mandatory challenger John Ryder. This fight goes down on the 23rd of November, takes place at the Echo Arena in Liverpool, and this fight will be on regular Sky Sports. So there we go, fight is confirmed, fight is official. So what do we think? Is this the fight we all wanted to see from Callum Smith? Of course not. We would have all rather have seen Callum Smith take a big unification fight. But ultimately, this is a mandatory fight. John Ryder is the mandatory challenger for the WBA title. And he's not the worst fighter in the world. When it comes to title holders in boxing, my, expectations are as followed. Ideally, we would like unification fights. If you can't get unification fights, either take care of your mandatory or fight a consensus top 10 contender. By taking this fight, Callum Smith is fulfilling a mandatory, so I can't be mad, judging by my own standards. So, it is what it is. It's an okay fight. John Ryder, he is coming off some decent form, it has to be said. And I would say John Ryder is in his prime right now. This is the best he's ever been. Like I said, coming off a good 4-fight win streak. He beat Patrick Nielsen, who was 29-1, scored a brutal knockout in that fight. I would have said Nielsen at the time was European level. He knocked out Jamie Cox in a couple of rounds, former world title challenger. He then knocked out 15-0 prospect Andre Sirotkin, and after that he fought another prospect, 20-0 with one draw, Bilal Akawi. And Akawi was an Australian prospect, and a lot of people picked him to beat John Ryder, but John Ryder smoked Akawi in a few rounds. So John Ryder is coming off good form, and he is the best fighter he's ever been. He's at his best right now. And John Ryder, throughout his career, for me, has always been an underachiever. I mean, even if you look at his losses, he's got 4 losses. One of them to Rocky Fielding, he lost a split decision. I felt that was a flat-out robbery. In my opinion it was. I felt he clearly won that fight. He also lost to a dude called Jack Arnfield. Again, I remember that fight, and I was perplexed at the decision that night. I felt John Ryder won that fight as well. And even the other fight he lost on decision was against Billy Joe Saunders. And I'll tell you what, go back and watch that fight. First and foremost, that's an underrated fight, really good fight, but it was damn close. I felt Billy Joe just about nicked it, but there's people out there who feel John Ryder won that fight. He was very competitive in that fight. The only fight John Ryder has lost decisively was to Nick Blackwell, and that's where he got stopped. And again, he was actually up on the cards, I believe, before he got stopped. Point being, John Ryder is a decent fighter. He's certainly above domestic level now, and he's always had talent. He's just never really been able to apply himself for whatever reason. But now, form seems to be coming together, and, I think he deserves this shot. In my opinion, at least. In my opinion, anyway. And, John Ryder does a few interesting things in the ring. His inside game is very good. He's a good body puncher. Actually, in terms of the inside game, I think he's got one of the best inside games in the UK right now. Inside fighting isn't something British fighters have traditionally done well, but John Ryder is really good on the inside. He's rugged, he shortens his punches really well, beautiful uppercuts on the inside, defensively sound on the inside. He's very accomplished in that area. So if John Ryder can get to the inside, maybe he could give Callum Smith a few problems. But don't get me wrong, I expect Callum Smith to win this fight. I do. He's a big favourite. He's a much bigger dude. He's fought and won at a higher level of competition. Callum Smith should win this fight, and he should win it fairly comfortably. I'm just not as down on it as a lot of people are. I think Ryder deserves his shot, and, if I use my own standards that I try to apply to world champions, then I can't be mad at this fight, because ultimately it's a mandatory challenger. those are my 2 cents. Maybe I'm too easy to please, but yeah, there we go. I think it'll be fun while it lasts, at least. Share your thoughts below. Tell me how you feel about this fight. Peace.